In the earlier stages of couples therapy, I find that couples escalate quite frequently. And what that looks like is sometimes they will criticize or get really defensive. Sometimes they'll even leave the Zoom room because I usually meet couples over Zoom. They get really angry. They get kind of argumentative. And so in those situations, couples will often want to speak to me and have me speak to the other person. This is totally normal. Escalation within any kind of marriage, any kind of relationship is completely normal. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about what escalation is. Let's talk about what's going on in the brain in particular and why it doesn't work as a conversation style and what the antidotes are. My name is Rick from rickgrundytherapy.com. Escalation is it's a moment when your brain does something different in the conversation. It goes into protection mode. So when you perceive the other person as not being safe enough for you to connect with emotionally, so emotional intimacy is at risk. When you start to think this person doesn't really see the value in me, and you go into over explaining, or when you start to feel I feel so alone here, like I'm alone in the relationship, and you're reaching out for that other person to be your partner. Those are the moves that put you into protection mode. Like I don't feel that it's safe for me to be really emotionally vulnerable right now because I don't really see any signs that this person is trying to connect with me. As a matter of fact, I feel like this person is trying to push me away. Perception gets ahead of us. Perception actually increases escalation. When you and I do things to protect ourselves, like to feel that the other person isn't trying to understand us, isn't taking responsibility, we will then raise the emotional volume, and will raise the emotional volume so loud that it's perceived as something that's kind of scary. So whatever we're doing in our conversation to protect ourselves from further injury or from being afraid, that actually injures the other person. And so our self protection mechanisms that we use, those strategies we use, actually increases the escalation because it becomes a pattern. So escalation in relationship is actually a pattern. Escalation isn't really random. It's not like it comes out of nowhere. It's actually this pattern of interaction that we can completely calm down because underneath the escalation tends to be just some really big emotions that are not being connected with. And to calm down that escalation, we need to help the brain. We need to help the brain to get out of protective mode and start turning on other systems like humor and empathy and just all of the relationship centers of our brain that helps us to build relationships and build emotional intimacy. We need to change where our brain is headed. So some of the things that I help couples learn is new styles of communication, like for example, gentle startups. The way that we begin a conversation tends to be how conversations end. So if we begin very gently, using something like I feel, because I need, making sure we've got a calm tone of voice, calm body language. We're only talking about one thing at a time. We ourselves are trying to be calm. That helps de-escalate the conversation. As a matter of fact, it helps get in front of escalation so that maybe it doesn't happen. Defensiveness. The antidote to defensiveness is using a really great listening skill, like maybe summarize, validate, empathize, just showing up to the conversation in a way that shows the other person that you're there for them, that you understand what it is they're saying. That is, people experience so much empathy when you just repeat back what they have said to you. It's so de-escalating. It's so calming when somebody feels like, oh, you understand me. Great listening skills. Stonewalling. Stonewalling is what we do when we are like so escalated, like the brain, the heart, the nervous system, I just can't take anymore. I need a break. And so they shut down in the conversation, stop talking, or they walk away. Oh my goodness, it increases the escalation because it feels like rejection. But practicing, the ritual of taking breaks and also practicing self-soothing to get back into the conversation, to reset the brain so you're ready to emotionally connect instead of go to that protective mode. It's awesome. Anyways, there are tools. There are tools that you can learn that can help you show up to the problem of increased escalation while the two of you are talking, using better communication strategies, can get ahead of the escalation. So hopefully you won't really experience it like you're experiencing it now. If you think I can help you with this, I would love to help you with this. You can book me for a free consult. The link is down below. And it would be such an honor to me to share your journey with you, to help you find a way to de-escalate and have that emotional intimacy, that closeness that you're really looking for. My name is Rick from rickgrundytherapy.com. And until next time, you rock.